If you're looking for some straight up marketing advice that's super chilled and also a bit of a laugh, then grab yourself a drink and get ready for Marketing and Margaritas, a podcast that makes marketing entertaining. Brought to you by Rebel Nation, direct from regional Queensland.
Hello and welcome to Marketing and Margaritas. Today I'm going to be going through Mackay marketing channels. So you have to forgive me for this one because I've actually got quite a list here to get through. So I'm probably going to be looking down a fair bit just because I want to make sure I don't miss anything from my little agenda cheat sheet here because I really tried to make this as comprehensive as possible for you. Mainly because this is something that I actually do get asked from people is like, you know, what are the marketing channels available? Like what else should we be looking at, etc. And I think you don't really know, because I'm in marketing, I sort of assume everyone knows, what's available, but it's just like, with industry I'm not familiar with, like mechanics and stuff. I don't know all of the things that mechanics should be doing, so why should everyone be aware of what marketing options there are? So I'm going to do a run through today of the marketing channels for Mackay. So I'm not going to be getting into market research techniques. So that's like part of your prep work and your strategy work. I'm not going to get into analytics options because that's part of your results and your tweaking at the end. I'm not getting into campaign concepts. So for example, a referral program, competitions, etc. And I'm not going to get into the different types of marketing. So content marketing, video marketing, or anything like that. I'm just looking at the channels that are available. Otherwise we would be here all day. I would basically just be downloading every single thing I know about marketing to you, which I can do, but I just don't think that would be fun for us. Okay, so starting off is the stuff that's available all over, not just in Mackay. So globally, we have access obviously to all of the same channels that the rest of the world does for a number of different things. So first of all is your website. So, you have the opportunity to create a website, and that includes blogging, marketing funnels, lead magnets, etc. That then leads into email marketing, which is e-newsletters, e-blasts, nurturing sequences, for those lead magnets, etc. I'm going to be saying etc. a lot because I don't want to list out every single little thing because I'm just mindful of how long this episode is going to go. So I do apologize in advance for the overuse of etc. Next, SEO. So online directories, think like Google My Business, Yelp, etc. Local. Blogging again, backlinks, keyword research, all that kind of thing. Just a side note here, so SEO is search engine optimization, which means that you're doing certain activities to improve your website's ranking on Google for keywords that matter to you and your audience. So you may have heard also of SEM, so that's search engine marketing, and this term is even more vague, but it basically just means paying for ads on search engines to get your website in front of the audience for those particular keywords that you want to be showing up for. So if you're not ranking organically, which just means if you're not doing it, like if you're not ranking without having to pay for ads, then you can pay for ads to be showing up in those places instead. So that's the difference between SEO and SEM. Okay, back to our channels. So we have digital ads. Leading on from that, the main ones are Meta ads, which is Facebook's ads platform, which doesn't just show on Facebook, it shows on all Meta-owned apps, so WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, etc., now Threads, and it also has an audience network, so people who have signed on and said, yep, you can put ads onto my app or my website in exchange for me getting a cut of those advertising dollars. And the other main one is Google Ads. So for Google Ads, we have search, display, there's shopping, YouTube, etc. So all of those are run through your Google Ads, like they're all owned by Google, and Google is through the Google Audience Network. Then you also have specific platforms for digital ads as well. So for example, Spotify has its own ads platform. So does LinkedIn, so does Pinterest, TikTok. Digital ads are basically on any kind of web-related platform. I've also I've got here cinema ads as well. Like cinema is sort of, crossover between, say, like it's not digital as in like it's website digital, but it is that you kind of pick and place them on screens. So I find that one's like, where does that fit? Is it signage? Is it, anyway, so I'm putting it into digital ads for now. I'm the reigning authority, obviously, and everyone has to do what I say. So that's how that goes. Next, we have social. So you have social media marketing channels. Obviously, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Threads, TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest. I thought of Foursquare then. I don't know why, because that one's been dead for ages, but there's a whole bunch of obviously social media channels that you can have a profile of, have a presence on as well. Others in the digital suite, not to forget about, are also like they're more what I classify now as digital stationery. So that's like your email signature, your electronic documents, forms, brochures, etc. So for example, you wouldn't think of an invoice, as a quote as being a marketing channel, but for example, the terms and conditions on our quote are actually like a little bit fun and have a bit of personality to it. So they are a comms channel still for us. So that's what I think of, your digital stationery, which I literally just came up with that term right then. I'm going to coin that one. I haven't heard it before. Next, we also have signage. So this can be vehicle signage, it could be building signage, it could be billboards, banners. So you've got like, like canvas banners. I don't think they can. Vinyl, that's what I'm thinking of. Vinyl banners, pull-up banners, all those different types of signage. We have merchandise. So that can, and the reason I paused just then is I just remembered marquees. So marquees is another one of those ones that can cross over, like, is it signage? Is it merch? I probably would classify it more as signage, but we can have branded marquees. Traditional merch is things like your pens. Oh my goodness, I don't have a Rebel pen. I just realized that. For example, for Rebel, we have mouse pads, we have coffee cups, we have pens. I think we have something else, I can't remember. Cheese boards. We have cheese boards. They're really cute. They're like slate. There's all different things for merch and stuff. You can get like, clothing and all that kind of thing. There's a whole range. Print, so business cards, brochures, capability statements, all of your different documents, etc., that you actually print, those tangible sort of takeaways. Next channel we have is PR. So PR stands for public relations, which is basically just getting attention for good things. That's probably actually how I would summarize that. So that's media releases. You might have media events, which you invite the media along to, and it's pretty much just a presentation, with a media element to it. Awards are also really good PR. There's also guerrilla marketing. So guerrilla marketing is basically just media stunts, but it's kind of like the cool new spin on it. Well, it's not that new, it's been around for a while, but that's where you might have, some sort of large scale thing happening. You walk down the street and there's some like massive graffiti sort of thing or whatever, and it's actually commercial, like businesses paid to have it happen as a talking point to get media exposure and get people talking and everything. So that's sort of how guerrilla marketing works. You also have sponsorships and donations, so that's another channel. It does feed into the PR sort of side of things as well. However, I would say not so much with donations, but sponsorships. Certainly that sponsorships agreements can lead to other marketing channels. So it could be that as part of your sponsorship agreement, yes, your logo might be, on shirts and the website and, in the annual report and that kind of thing. But it also might mean a speaking spot, or that you get a regular column in their newsletter, or they do a post a month on their socials about you, etc. So there's other channels that kind of come about through those sponsorships, which then leads me to strategic partnerships. So I consider strategic partnerships a marketing channel, and what a strategic partnership is to me is when you have other organizations who you collaborate with and you can cross market on each other's channels. For example, it might be that you have a ballet studio and that there is a gym next door. And so you guys have similar audiences, people who want to be fit and, improve their flexibility and their balance and all that kind of shit. And so you might do a cross promotion together and use each other's channels to market to that same audience. And then face-to-face. So face-to-face marketing is generally networking and guest speaking. So actually getting out there and talking to people and being in front of people. And then I think, like, for example, podcasts, is that a channel? Like it is a distribution channel, but it's kind of like, it's also, we're getting into the realm of like, video marketing, content marketing and everything as well. So I'm not saying that this is the end all and be all list, but that's sort of what I see as the main kind of channels that are available globally. Now, if we're going to, and then we have traditional media, which is what I'm going into now, because traditional media can change from place to place. So if we're looking at Mackay, specifically, traditional media, traditional media is generally press, radio and TV. Now, having said that, all of these things do actually have digital components these days. So they'll have their own website, their own social networks that they potentially offer advertising and promotional opportunities on. So it's not just a publication is no longer just the publication. They have other digital components that go with that publication as well, in general. So for Mackay, for press, we have the Daily Mercury that still comes out once a week on a Friday. We have Mackay with Sunday Life that also comes out once a week on a Friday. And we have Core Magazine, which comes out every 2 months. We did have Pack Mag. They've gone to digital only. So they're our main publications that we have available. For radio, so we have 4CRM, which is the community radio station. It's not like a massive ad network or anything, but they do have sponsorship opportunities and other things like that. There's 4MK, we've got ABC. Now, ABC is not a commercial station, so you can't run ads, but they do interviews. So I still think of that as a marketing channel because they'll do like news type interviews, etc. We have Hit FM, we have Kicks FM, Star, Triple M, and just a reminder with radio, and same thing with TV, there's all different frequencies that can operate for the Star here could be different to what the Star frequency is in Whit Sunday, but they might be the same thing. Like they'll have what we call syndicated content. So it could be that, what's being broadcast from Brisbane is what actually gets broadcast to local Star Mackay for say 3/4 of the day, but then it has local ads on it, and then you might have local presenters for the breakfast and the drive time in the afternoon or whatever. So there is a bunch of content that comes out from central locations, and then there's some that is local, but as far as advertising goes, you can sort of pick spots of where you want to advertise. And then for TV, we have 7, 10 and Win. Okay, so non-traditional media. So this is just going a bit further on that strategic partners thing, because there are also non-media outlets who have distribution networks that you can use as marketing channels. So for example, we've got B2B ones. So there we've got Mackay Region Chamber of Commerce. They have an active social media presence across a number of profiles, and they also have their regular e-newsletter that they send out to their database. So if you're a chamber member, you can use them as a strategic partner to cross-promote and use their channels to get your message out if they deem it relevant for their audience. They're not going to let you put any old crap on there just because you want to. We also have Mackay Regional Council has a newsletter that Economic Development team put together, and that's called Invested in Mackay. So that's another B2B marketing channel that you can be using. I just realized I've been looking at the microphone instead of the camera for this thing. Sorry, I didn't mean to not look at you. I really apologize. And there's also Rebel Nation's Wild Oats, where obviously I doubt we'd have anywhere near the numbers that Chamber and Council do. They've been around a wee bit longer than us. But, it is another example of one of the B2B marketing channels that's available in Mackay for Mackay businesses. Then you also have your specialty audiences. So, for example, Mackay Isaac Tourism, even though it is, their e-newsletter, for example, is B2B, and B2B is business to business for anyone who may not know. Even though it is business to business, it is specifically in the tourism space sort of thing. So I call that more of a specialty thing because it's just narrowing a little bit. Resource Industry Network, so RIN is another one. And these ones have their newsletters and socials and stuff as well. So there are other specialty ones. They're probably a bit of the more well-known ones, but there's a range of sort of other little networks and stuff, other channels that you could be tapping into. So my wrap-up tip for today, now that I've just given you this massive fucking list of channels that you could be on, you might be like, holy shit, how am I going to do all of this? I don't have the time or the money or the energy or the effort or anything to do that. Can I just say that I do think that omni-channel is important. Omni-channel just means being on more than one channel. So you're providing multiple touch points for your audience to get to know, like, and trust you. It's very rare that someone will just see one ad and never have heard of that person whatsoever and then just act on it. You're not going to see an ad on Facebook or an ad in the paper and have no background information on that business or service whatsoever and be like, yeah, cool, sign me up. I'm going to give you money right now. We need multiple touch points for people to get to know us and understand us and see if we're a good fit for them before they'll actually buy from us. And how you do that is by testing out different channels. Think about who it is that you're trying to target. Think it is about what you're trying to achieve. Think about what you need to tell that target market to achieve your goals. And then where are the places that are best suited to do that? Try them out, have a go, and then look at your results and see which ones are giving you a return. When it comes to that test and tweak thing, that is one of the benefits of digital marketing, is that you do have the analytics. You can actually use Google Analytics, Meta Insights, dynamic QR codes, all these kind of things to see what your audience is doing and see what journey they're taking with you and if that journey is leading to conversion and or repeat sales. So there's a lot there that you can be doing. Choose the ones that you think are best suited to your overall goals, market, and messaging, and then actually review them and see how they're doing. Keep doing the ones that work, tweak any that aren't working, and try new ones as you think that they become appropriate. That's literally what marketing is, man. It is just testing and tweaking and learning over and over again, and it's pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode of Marketing Margaritas. Thanks so much for joining me. Cheers.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Marketing and Margaritas. Find more free marketing tips, tricks and laughs at rebelnation.com.au.